He has been an ardent supporter of the 2015 agreement to curb Iran's development of nuclear weapons. Mr. Trump has sharply criticized the deal on many occasions, and next week. In a series of, Mr. Trump said, Senator Bob Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election in Tennessee. Didn't have the guts to run. Mr. Corker, it's a shame the White House has become an adult daycare center. U.S. President Donald Trump has had an ill-tempered exchange with a leading Republican senator, aggravating already poor relations between the two men. Foreign Relations Committee head Bob Corker was a negative voice and largely responsible for the horrendous Iran deal, Mr. Trump tweeted. Mr. Corker hit back that the White House has become an adult daycare center. He was considered for the job of Secretary of State by Mr. Trump last year, but they have since clashed. Analysts suggest Mr. Trump's tirade on Sunday morning may have been prompted by Mr. Corker's message of support last week for Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, which was also seen as a jab at the president. He was quoted by media as saying that Mr. Tillerson was in an incredibly frustrating place where he ends up not being supported in the way that I hope a Secretary of State would be supported. On Wednesday, Mr. Tillerson that he was about to resign. Last month, Mr. Corker announced that he would not seek re-election at next year's midterm elections. He also wanted to be Secretary of State. I said no thanks. He is also largely responsible for the horrendous Iran deal. Hence, I would fully expect Corker to be a negative voice and stand in the way of our great agenda. I said no, and he dropped out, said he could not win without my endorsement.